All right,
Okay.
I'm recording.
All right. Hello, and welcome to Stasis Pod, the Transformers Robots in Disguise podcast. I'm Rob.
I'm Jen.
Then put your little hand in mine. There ain't no hill or mountain we can't climb. I got you, bot. I got you, bot.
We're not watching Bot, are we?
Oh, God, no.
That should be for April Fools. Make a note.
Spoiler.
And this week we are watching Cover Me, a.k.a. Cover Me in Brown.
Cover me in mud.
Because this episode is unreasonably brown.
Oh, it's
So brown.
It's so weird. Like, I remember it being brown, but I forgot it started out in brown.
Exactly.
It's...
Yeah, that's the thing, because we will get to in just a moment the writer responsible for this episode. There's nothing.
Oh, shit. I didn't look at the writer before.
Oh, well, I will tell you who it is.
Did you look at the writer now?
I did, yes, when you said that, like you guys were mentioning that they'd written some other stuff we'd seen, but I didn't look at the name of the writer because I'm usually getting my notebook out when the episode starts playing.
When they did the Arctic camo, there was a point in the episode where they were consciously like, hey, we're gonna do Arctic camo.
Yeah,
and there was a point in the episode where it was actually relevant to things that occurred. Whereas in this, at no point is the brown camo mentioned. Like,
well, they do mention when that they scanned it, but they don't scan it in the episode itself.
No.
yeah, so that it definitely feels like something that was put in after the first draft.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think the writer was like, hey, we should have everybody be super brown for this episode.
Yeah, no.
So, this first aired March 19th, 2016, and was written by the legendary Len Wein.
Holy crap.
Yes.
Huge comics guy, co-created Swamp Thing, co-created Wolverine, wrote a ton of Hulk, Spider-Man, wrote Giant Size X-Men #1, which means, Storm, Colossus, Nightcrawler.
All the hits.
Krakoa, the Living Island.
Yes.
And also he was the editor on Watchmen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's the thing I forget about a lot of old Marvel writers, that they were all editors also often.
Yes.
And he is no stranger to Transformers, along with noted novelist Diane Duane. He also wrote one of the most fun episodes of Season 3, Web World.
Arguably the best. Because it's crazy.
I think I mentioned before how there's that, Season 3 trend of, suddenly you're getting all these, DC Fontana showing up in Beast Wars, Greg Weisman showing up in Prime. We're in Season 2 here, and we're already getting some, special guest star writers. But Season 3 of Transformers, of G1... Yeah, it's all Transformers. Season 3 of G1 also had a bit of that going, and he was one of those. And it was, Season 3 of G1 just decided to be, way more sci-fi than any of it had previously been, except, Child's Play and The Gambler. And this was, Web World was definitely one of those, short story and Asimov's kind of episodes. So that's and he also wrote an episode of Beast Wars. He wrote
Tangled Web, which is totally fun.
And then Beast Machines. I don't have it up in front of me, so someone who has it up in front of me.
It's Savage Noble.
Another really good episode.
Yes.
Yes. So,
and then he's going to write a subsequent episode of Robots in Disguise, which was actually released, I think, a couple of weeks after he unfortunately died in 2017.
Aww. I think I might have seen him at a convention in Columbus, but I might be wrong. I definitely saw Marv Wolfman at a convention in Columbus, and I may be, I don't know, extrapolating.
right. So yes, this episode opens with what we are now calling the Stealth Squad.
Apparently,
this is the away team. It's got Prime, it's got Windblade, it's got Sideswipe, it's got Drift, and Drift's Mini-Cons. And yes, they have all scanned the color schemes of some desert vehicle, so they are now all aggressively brown in a brown environment. Yeah. And weirdly, they all have yellow eyes, which makes them look weird.
Yeah, it's cool that they have alternate camos to sell more toys. Although I don't remember if there was.
I don't think they've ever made toys of these.
It was almost all Arctic.
Hey kids, you love brown?
That's because Arctic is cool and desert is not cool. Desert is just mud.
But yeah, changing their accent colors, particularly their eyes, to also fit the color scheme is kind of upsetting for some reason. Like, changing eye color to fit in, it's like, shouldn't they keep the same eye color or like some accent colors? Like, Windblade should still have some like red bits on her wings or something.
It's not like they made their eyes red. That would be
exactly. A Transformer gets a different eye colors for a very limited number of reasons. They get a new body.
Yes.
They turn evil. Yes. Or they're blind.
I was just watching The Last Night last night, and changing
Prime's
eye color
Prime's got the evil eyes in that.
He does. Also, one of the most popular tweets I have made on Twitter is last night when I just said, "Why is movie Hot Rod French?" Which apparently is in all caps, is a sentiment that really resonates with the community.
And put a pin in the Transformers The Last Night because it has a connection to this month's Patreon episode.
Aha!
Okay.
Weirdly, it kind of has a double connection to this month's Patreon episode.
Is it Frank Welker?
No.
It's not Frank Welker.
I guess the one thing I don't want to spoil, because David has not seen the movie yet.
No, I still haven't. I know of it. I've seen the toys that are not selling, the Legos that are tempting me because they're Legos.
And the one connection is that Quintessa is played by Gemma Chan, Cersei in The Eternals.
Oh, I did not realize that.
Yeah, that's right.
That's pretty cool.
Oh,
I mean, it's mostly like her voice, but she's like a person right at the very end.
Yeah, we see her for like 5 seconds in
teasing the sequel that will never happen.
Yeah.
Also, I'm checking Twitter and noticing that I'm getting a lot of replies to that tweet that are just pointing out that he stopped the time.
I am stopping the time. And also, if I remember correctly, he's also Bishop in that movie.
Yes, he is. He's Omar Sy, who is not nearly that French as Bishop, but probably gets about the same amount of screen time.
I mean, it's not horrible voice casting for Hot Rod. It's just odd that he's so French.
He's so French. Anyway, so yeah, we are in the desert. We're brown. We've got yellow eyes. Enough that occasionally Windblade goes all bug eyes, and it looks like the end of the Thriller music video. Anyway, and the whole point of them being camouflaged is somewhat compromised by the fact that Sideswipe can't stop yammering about the time that he tricked Strongarm into thinking that he could travel through time.
By changing all the clocks in the base.
I'm willing to believe that it's possible Strongarm was humoring him.
It's entirely possible. It's also possible that things are weird enough for them on an everyday basis that's not as unreasonable a thing to believe as it would be for like normal everyday humans.
This is true. I mean, in the very next episode, we're doing a Grimlock's New Brain.
Yeah.
Oh goody, Technobots.
Man, I love that episode.
Sadly, no, but there are monkeys.
I love the Technobots.
Anyway, and much like last episode, Prime is still feeling the after effects of having his power drained by those total dick Primes.
He is extremely relatable.
Yes.
I also feel like this every day. Also, I guess this probably occurred to me at some point during the previous, the last time we had the away team here, but there is no one on this team who would not hate Sideswipe.
I mean,
like Windblade seems to be at a point where
has a weird fondness for him.
She humors him, but like Drift, no.
I mean, Drift hates most people.
Yeah,
that's fair. That is entirely fair. Also, very relatable. But yeah, Optimus's big mood at the beginning of this episode, because he's tired. He needs a nap. He needs to nap for a month.
And unfortunately, he cannot nap because he's then ambushed by the Heat Miser and the Cold Miser.
Elemental Gremlins!
Yay! The Bakugans are here!
I'm Mr. White Christmas. I'm Mr. Snow. I'm Mr. Icicle. I'm Mr. Ten Below. Folks call me Snow Miser.
I was thinking Jetfire and Jetstorm because...
Also that, although they're not Russian, but they are two pretty well-known voice actors.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I remember they were...
Glacius is Yuri Lowenthal, who I think is like a big anime guy.
Yes.
He's in a lot of anime, and he's in...
Gundam.
A lot of the DC animated stuff. He was Superboy / Superman for copyright reasons in my beloved Legion of Superheroes cartoon.
And I'm pretty sure he's Spider-Man in that new Spider-Man video game.
Oh, that sounds about right.
Wait, am I confusing him
with somebody apparently
else?
He is Ben 10 when Ben 10 is not being played by a Canadian woman.
Oh, he's Sasuke. Okay, that's...
Oh
okay,
no. Some Naruto bullshit.
Yeah.
You can't tell, but I'm actually running in a very weird position. Anyway, Glacius is the ice guy.
Because we're not in rescue bots anymore.
That's right. And his opposite number is Swelter, voiced by Robbie Rist, perhaps best known as Cousin Oliver on the Brady Bunch.
Oh.
Yes!
He was the weird, child genius Dr. Z on Galactica 1980.
Yeah, the weird season that we forget about, except for that one good episode.
The one episode that had Wolfman Jack on it?
Okay, 2 good episodes. I mean, the Wolfman episode actually isn't that great, but it's got Wolfman in it, so it's
or is it the one that's like an enemy mine with Starbuck and a Cylon? And I think it's hinted that he's the son of Starbuck somehow?
Yeah, yes, because it's a flashback episode, so he is kind of, sort of, it's weird.
He's the voice of Michelangelo in those original Ninja Turtles movies.
What?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Neat.
And in something that is very important to Jen, he's the voice of Wiz on Kid Video.
Yes. Kid Video, aka Haim Saban, learns an important lesson about music licensing.
Well, let's be honest, he already knew about music license. Well, it reinforces I should own the copyright to these songs I wedge in things first.
Yeah, that's the important lesson, is that when you license other people's music, you cannot then say, have a proper VHS release or ever have a DVD release or anything except burying your poor show at the bottom of a landfill with copies of E.T. However, I have recently learned that there was a vinyl release of the songs that were made for the show that was done in Israel.
Of course.
And so at some point when I have a couple $100 to spare, I may have to pick that up off eBay.
Apparently it was huge in Israel.
Really?
Well, yeah, because that Haim Saban started out in music, and that's how he got into everything else.
Well, yeah, but I mean, Tommy Wiseau is not necessarily big wherever he came from.
But
that's because he won't tell anybody where he's from.
Saban, producing musical groups was what Saban was doing before he got into all the TV stuff.
Anyway,
stuff to sell
also,
more
as has recently
records.
pointed out, in the opening credits to Kid Video, they have a Subaru Baja, which continues to be their cartoon vehicle for the rest of the series, which is probably why I like that kind of vehicle.
Anyway, and he Glacius is the ice guy, Swelter is the fire guy, and Swelter has, like, Firestorm hair.
Yes.
Like the DC character, Firestorm. He does not have poofy sleeves, but they do all have, like, these long goblin arms that I like.
Yes! They're goblins. They're gremlins, but they're not, like, non-vocal gremlins.
They're not making like, Frank Welker noises. They just talk like people.
They make me think of hobgoblins, actually, but...
He has DC Firestorm hair. He does not just have a long, flowing red mane like Marvel Firestar.
Right.
Firestorm. Right. Okay.
Right, Firestar. Very important distinction.
Yes.
Although, am I remembering correctly, was Firestorm voiced by Dan Gilvezan in Super Friends?
No, I think Spider-Man... Oh, no.
Spider-Man was Dan Gilvezan on Amazing Friends. I'm just wondering if it was the same... If he also did Firestorm.
That's a good question. That's cool. Entirely possible. The only character I cared about on Super Friends was Cyborg, because he was the sad robot. When I was a kid, 100% in on any sad robots.
Also, if I remember correctly, I think he was voiced by Ernie Hudson.
Oh, maybe. I
Super
think
Friends.
I remember that coming up. That's cool.
Well, because Ernie Hudson did dabble in 80s voice acting, but could not get cast in the Ghostbusters cartoon, playing the role that he played in the movie.
You mean he was Cyborg? I was trying to look up Firestorm and my brain went sideways.
That's cool. And then, later he was Carrie Payton, and now Carrie Payton is Grimlock.
Anyway, so, obviously, Windblade is extremely protective of Optimus Prime in this episode, and she's ready to mess up anybody who looks at him the wrong way. But instead, Drift is all, no, listen, midget wrestling. Let's go.
Yes, it's time to battle brawl, little baby.
Drift, yes. No, this is problematic.
It is time to, whatever they say on Bakugan or whatever.
Battle brawl, I think.
No, there you go. Yeah, so Jetstorm, Slipstream, I choose you. Unfortunately, he's all, this will be a valuable lesson. Then they get their asses kicked. This lesson is over.
Yes. That was great.
It would be way more toyetic if the Mini-Cons were like Pokemon. Oh, wow, I just got a great setup for Transformers series. Like, the war has been called off, but you can have your Mini-Cons beat the shit out of each other.
Oh, man, that would be problematic.
Yes, it would. It would come out, like, Transformers would actually handle the fact that, we're forcing these lesser creatures to beat the shit out of each other. That's not good.
Armada by James Roberts.
Anyway, they mentioned at some point that they're working for a larger Decepticon named Razorpaw.
I like that. Not Razor Claw, Razorpaw.
Know that he is Razorpaw. Anyway, so
I guess it's a good Transformer name, but it's also soft because I just think of little kitten paws.
Yeah, no.
It does sound kind of soft, yeah.
You mentioned that and you immediately think about whatever kind of robot toe beans he has.
Yeah.
Yes. His little footy paws.
So they call up Fix-It, and, Fix-It is going, you never call, you never write. But he does look up, these two are always working as like henchmen for some bigger dude, but he can't find anything about the Razorpaw, which gives them pause.
Where have we heard of that before?
Yeah, much like our Decepticon Island goons from the past episode. So yeah, they keep, they're still searching for where these guys are. And
also, I would like to point out that Razorpaw is an absolute jerk for getting himself taken out of the records, but not getting his Mini-Con buddies taken out of the records.
That's right.
Well, presumably just hooked up with whatever Mini-Cons you could find on planet.
I guess.
Someone to boss around. But we'll get there.
So yeah, there's a whole rigmarole here where Prime, everybody wants Prime to hang back, but Prime is absolutely not going to do that. And, Drift and Sideswipe are just going to let Prime do what he does, but Windblade really wants him to hang back. So she has this sort of reverence for him as this sort of weird, Primus-empowered magical girl.
Yeah, I mean, I do like when we get to have Windblade being, like, special. Not when it's like Cyberverse, where she's just Bumblebee's babysitter for the first season.
So, unfortunately, she takes it a little too far and just starts attacking anything that might be in a bush.
Oh, yeah, she goes all Legend of Zelda on bushes.
Well, and she thinks that something's happening, and she needs Prime to get down, so she, like, slugs him in the gut to get him to go down, which... Yeah. That's not how this works.
She just shoves him and he just falls directly on his ass.
This does strike a chord with this Prime plot, because Prime is sort of the collective dad of the fandom. And this is Dad in his waning years. It is a rough watch at times.
Yeah.
It's the classic thing is like, oh, how do we deal with this overpowered character? Oh, we have to handicap them somehow so that the other characters have something to do. Especially since Prime has been built up so much over recent years.
Yes.
Yeah.
So turning him to Grandpa is a good idea. It's just also slightly annoying at the same time because you have Grandpa on the missions.
It just hurts.
But
it's a good idea, it just hurts.
So tell me, Jen, David, this will be released in the future, but what day are we recording this?
We're recording it on February the 2nd.
What holiday is that?
'Tis Groundhog's Day. That's
right. Strike up the music, the band has begun. Boom, 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 the Pennsylvania polka. We're ready to watch, Bill Murray step off that curb into that icy puddle over and over again. And sure enough, in this episode, Windblade gets attacked by a groundhog.
Yes. It is kind of weird.
I kind of thought it was a prairie dog at first. But.
I think it's too big. I'd say it's a groundhog.
Yeah.
It's kind of skinny for a groundhog, or at least the groundhogs I'm used to.
Well, I mean, it's not as well fed as your Punxsutawney Phils, or your Wyerton Willies.
But it is more sizable than a groundhog usually is, or a prairie dog usually is.
Mm-hmm. So it is very upset with her and attacks her, which she finds sufficiently confusing that she just straight up falls off a cliff.
Yeah.
It's startling. You don't expect it to just attack like that. You expect it to run. Though I have started playing the new Pokemon Legends game, and now I absolutely expect small creatures to just charge at me with little or no provocation.
Yeah. Like, it's about the size of her hand at most.
I mean, try not to think too hard about a scale here, because she is a jet.
Yeah, well, yeah, but we're not sure what kind of jet it is. Just ignore jets should be like 3 times the size they should be in the whole Transformers series, except for the movies.
Yeah, she definitely is like a small jet.
Like that one from Octopussy.
Yes.
Anyway, so she falls off this cliff into a raging river. This is completely embarrassing. Sideswipe tries doing this super cool acrobatic move to rescue her. It totally doesn't work. He tries it a second time. It does work, but she's kind of messed up.
It's weird that it seems to never occur to her to try her fans. Like,
I thought of that, and then I thought of, it's like, well, why is she falling? She can fly. It's like, well, why are you stumbling? You can walk. It's like, it probably just caught her off guard.
I know, but
she wasn't balanced properly, and she would have just slammed into the. I'm giving Windblade the benefit of the doubt here because I like Windblade.
I would have liked the scene where she tries to use them in the water, but the water's too turgid and she can't get out of the water. But no, she's just floating down the river like a Looney Tunes character, waiting to hit a log. and go over a waterfall. Of course.
And they are being spied on not only by Glacius and Swelter, but by their boss, Razorpaw, who is also brown.
Yeah. It's enough that we have all the brown Autobots who we didn't see turn from normal colors to brown. So the palette of the episode starts out brown, like, oh, I've lost the ability to see color. And then at least the Mini-Con villains are two different colors. You got red and black and blue. That's nice. But the main villain of the episode is also the same shades of brown as the Autobots. So much brown.
At least the Mini-Cons are colors.
I know.
Yeah, the Mini-Cons, but
at least the Mini-Cons are colors.
Even when Windblade is in the water, most of the time we're seeing from a low angle, so we're not seeing most of the water. We're seeing the rock walls. It's all brown. So much brown.
And he was voiced by voice actor Jonathan Adams, also Kang the Conqueror on Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes, and Atrocitus on that Green Lantern cartoon.
Ooh. He's the guy that drew the Addams Family? Wasn't that
that's
the hardest?
Charles Addams.
Oh, Charles. Okay. I forgot the guy's name.
I think Yuri Lowenthal was also... No, maybe I'm thinking Josh Keaton.
Josh Keaton is Hal cartoon. Jordan in that.
Oh, I'm thinking who the cool Red Lantern guy is, who everybody cares about.
Right, that is Jonathan Adams in this. Because I know that Jen was a big fan of that Green Lantern show.
Yes, that was a really good cartoon. It was way better than a Green Lantern cartoon starring Hal Jordan has any business being.
Yeah. Well, because apparently all the characters around him were really interesting, which helps when you're paired with Hal Jordan.
Oh no, Jason Spisak was Razor. Okay. And Grey Griffin was in that.
She's in everything.
She is. She's in absolutely everything. If it's a thing, she's in it.
Anyway, so he is a Puma Man.
Puma Man.
Yes.
Sadly, he does not fly like a
moron. From the paw in his name.
Puma Man.
But also he drains energy from people like a vampire.
Yeah, that I until that happens at the end of the episode, it's like, wait, he's a vampire, but he's a puma. Why?
Why is he a vampire puma?
Yeah, that cat okay, I guess they're stupid cat stories about cats stealing your breath and shit. Thank you, Stephen King movies, for perpetuating that, although it counteracted. Anyway, but why is he a vampire?
He's a predator, is the thing. But first and foremost, he's a predator, and how do you get someone being a predator in a robot race like this? They have to, if they're eating people somehow. Yes, but it's just true. Weird that he is Puma themed when he at the end of the episode he uses Morbius powers by sucking energy out with his hands. Well, they already had a bat.
I must have plasma. Stay tuned for a Patreon episode in a couple of months.
We'll get to that. We will.
Whenever that Jared Leto movie comes out.
Okay, they didn't want to do a bat again, but Puma is a weird choice.
Maybe if he was like a mosquito or
a snake,
or a tick,
something.
How about a tick?
Yeah, some kind of bug.
Be like a big tick. Where's that jerk who calls himself the Tick?
The Tick. Maybe they figure they got a tick last time.
With
or not a tick, but a bug.
Oh, I thought you meant Transformers Animated when Sentinel Prime was the Tick.
No.
It does. It feels like this episode had some find and replace. Like, oh, they all have to be brown. Fine, put their brown into the script.
And also
we can't have another bug because half the bad guys in the season are bugs. Okay, fuck it. He's a puma now.
And also, much like Polar Claw, he's also very lazy.
Yes.
Well, Polar Claw at least had an excuse that, he's a mobster that hibernates. This guy is just so lazy he forces his minions to do his work for him, which as a leader is a good idea, but it's...
Because that's how big cats are.
Yeah, I guess, big cats are famously lazy.
Yes, yeah. Big cats just sort of lay around and wait for food to be readily available.
Oh, that's why his name is Razorpaw. It's still stupid. Because he uses his paw to razor out your energon or something.
Well, and also I guess that you can see the Mini-Cons as his cat's paws.
Oh, that should be the name of his gang. That's a good one. Okay,
yeah, cat's paws.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we have now found one of our trademark deserted bases. Everybody take a drink.
Hey, I'm doing a deep dive into Jason Spisak actually being in an episode coming up in the future. So
yes, he is.
Thumbs up there.
I think he's in the weird mini season. Also, was he on the first Robots in Disguise?
I don't think so.
Was he the kid?
Or maybe
Koji?
Maybe. Yeah, I'm clicking around here. I know my poor foster kitten's sneezing. I don't know if you can hear that, but little Hank is on my lap.
He was indeed Koji Onishi in Robots in Disguise.
Oh man, that's a pretty great evolution from that to the angry Red Lantern from that Green Lantern show.
Anyway, so we have this abandoned swindle base, or abandoned base full of Jeeps.
Jeeps with no tires.
Everyone seems kind of, and I realize Sideswipe's the only one who's been here on Earth for, I mean, I guess Prime has traditionally been on Earth, but the point is, everyone seems kind of distressed by all these abandoned, disintegrating Jeeps.
Yeah, it does beg the question, is like, did they just leave the Jeeps here? Did they take the tires with them? Has this been abandoned so long that, like, teenagers have come in and stolen the tires and the engines or whatever?
They've just rotted off.
Or did the Decepticons just kill everybody here?
Maybe. That's a good question.
Probably not.
Or mech.
Mech. Oh, man.
Anyway, abandoned little base. They wander in looking for Puma Man.
Anyway, and also, this base is also brown.
Yeah.
The buildings are brown. The Jeeps are brown. My God.
The Jeeps are greenish brown, but yeah, it's just more brown.
Why is everything so brown?
You can't just have things be colors. Colors are expensive. They aren't even.
Oh my God, that's an excuse, like, why some anime looks bad. It's like, oh, they couldn't afford more colors or some shit, but for this, it almost makes no sense, but it's like, why is everything brown? What is the excuse?
Anyway, so they split into teams. Sideswipe and Drift go in to investigate and are quickly immobilized by these Mini-Cons who coat them in molten metal, completely imprisoning them.
Yeah, that seems pretty bad.
Yeah, these little guys are really overpowered, which is impressive.
And then Windblade and Prime are left to fend off Razorpaw and his Mini-Cons on their own. And of course, Razorpaw's talked about how, he likes to take the weakest from the pack.
Oh yeah, I've been doing that the whole episode.
Really playing up that Predator theme. And so, he's going after Prime, and then Windblade, steps in, and Razorpaw's all, oh ho, yeah. Yes, I was after the weakest. And that's you, baby!
Because she's hurt.
Yeah, she does develop a limp, but
like
she's
a gazelle.
Flyer,
yes.
She has an injured leg like a gazelle.
Yeah.
I think it'd make more sense if he was a cheetah, maybe? Not a puma?
Although, I guess they're in the wrong... Like cheetahs are like savanna animals, not...
Yes, but these
like
are
mountains.
Just alien robots that happen to kind of look like Earth animals. It doesn't matter, he's in the wrong environment.
Well, I know, but that's how it works on this show.
Apparently.
Polar Claw lives in the Arctic. They found Springlode in the jungle.
Skunks live at dams.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah. That's normal.
Skunks, notorious gangsters.
I'm still kind of annoyed that the Skunks never got a toy. He was an army builder, for Christ's sake.
I know, and that they could have done a remold, because that comes back later.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like a guy who looks like that comes back later. Anyway, so... he is draining her. I assume just to kill her, not to become his, Puma bride.
Yeah, he's just eating her, basically.
He's not really the sexy kind of vampire.
But he's...
No.
Well, okay, so he's sucking...
He's not Steeljaw.
He's sucking energon out of her. Does that make him a cannibal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that kind of goes into whether you think of the Autobots and Decepticons as the same species.
And also as to whether you think of him as a person or like a Puma Man.
That's a pretty important distinction. Being a Puma Man.
I think if we consider Autobots and Decepticons a different species, that brings up so many problems.
It brings up a lot of problems.
It brings up so many problems.
Anyway, so Razorpaw, he's gonna now come in to get Optimus, but the Mini-Cons are mad at him because he's taking all the credit and just leaving them with scraps to eat themselves, because I guess they're also feeding off these victims.
Yeah, but, the Cold Miser doesn't have a problem with that, but Heat Miser really does, because he's a hothead. Oh, hothead.
I guess...
He's too much.
Desperate enough, they could get to a point where they're, like, stealing Energon from other Transformers they catch to be able to maintain themselves.
It's a real Donner Party situation.
Wasn't that what the Bat guy was doing?
Yes, although I think that might have been like his normal state of being.
That's fair.
As a bad guy. Because all bats in Transformers are vampire bats.
Not just resorting to cannibalism, but just plain old practicing cannibalism.
Yeah, no. We have no room for fruit bats on Transformers.
No, that's no fun.
Although the first time Nightscream shows up, he's eating fruit, but then he's also got like those vampire dentures that he shoots out at people.
Yeah. Nightscream wants extra ketchup. They play that old commercial on Toonami Aftermath occasionally, and I'm just like, oh no. I remember that. It was never good.
Anyway, Prime has been playing possum, and he beats out Razorpaw, and then he does that kind of Incredible Hulk thing where he like grabs two Jeeps and slams the two Mini-Cons between them, and it's very cool.
Yeah, that was a nice Hulk smash. I always enjoy when that happens, like cars and tanks are used as hand-to-hand weapons.
I always enjoy a good Hulk smash.
Yes. And so, Windblade has learned a valuable lesson, and Sideswipe and Drift have been melted together, and they start gently poking them free, but Drift says, no, that's fine. I think Sideswipe's lungs are full of metal or something. So I'm cool with that.
Take your time.
Yep.
Sideswipe is very muffled and getting very upset by people making fun of his talkativeness.
Yes. And that is the episode. My verdict, Brown.
So Brown.
What can Brown do for you?
I did think, and I complained early in the season about how Optimus Prime gets written now. I did feel like this was the most, like, friendly G1 dad Optimus, and less of the, like, standoffish, distant dad Optimus that we've got more recently. So, and I'm sure part of that may be that it's, though Optimus wasn't in the one G1 season that he wrote for, but still, it did feel like Optimus just felt a lot more, like, nice.
And I think also, with Drift around, you only need one disappointed dad per show.
That's true.
Yeah, it's a problem with the character dynamic, and, okay, I guess Prime's handled better, but it feels like it would be, like, twice as good of an episode if it wasn't fucking Brown. Like, the brownness of everything just makes me think like it's a weak episode, which it kind of is.
I mean, what's great about Robots in Disguise is it is so colorful. They're just such vibrantly colored heroes and villains, but everybody's just so ding dang brown in this one.
Yeah,
they need to. So is it going to be like? I know this season is relatively short, but is it going to be like this every time the away team shows up? They're just color coordinated to the biome they're in.
Yeah, maybe that's why I got tired of this season and stopped in the middle somewhere, like a few episodes after this one. It just, I guess I kind of just don't like the makeup of the away team. Because, you said we have two dads on the team.
Yes.
We have Windblade, who can be interesting, or in this episode is like overprotective, and Sideswipe. Like, he's dealable when he's with Strong Arm because they have a bickering sibling kind of routine going on. But on his own, no, he's just two dads, a stepmom, and the worst child.
About the worst child.
And Brown.
All right, I have looked ahead, and it looks like we're not getting another Away Team episode for several weeks, and it does appear that they'll be in normal colors next time they show up.
That will help.
Okay.
But, this episode disproves one of my theories that, or actually maybe does prove, that, like, if you've ever, like, take your favorite movie and just watch it in black and white, which is probably hard to do on modern TVs, but on old CRTs, or old TVs you can fiddle with the knobs. Like, you watch your favorite movie in black and white.
Mine has a setting for it. I think if you dig into the settings, and I don't have, like, a nice TV, but I think if you dig into the settings, you can set it to black and white.
Watch your favorite movie in just black and white and see how good it still is. If it's a really good movie, it's still going to be fucking awesome.
What if it's Transformers the movie?
I think that'd work pretty good.
What if it's Transformers The Last Night?
Oh, no. Attack on Autobot City may be a little bit chaotic, but the rest of it should be fine. But this episode is like, it's monochrome, except for the Mini-Cons, and it's just, no.
Well, Mini-Cons are the best anyway.
No. Like, I'm annoyed that this is a Len Wein written episode that I don't like.
Look, there's an important lesson to be learned here, and that's that the comics and animation industries really need to pay their creators better. So in their twilight years, they don't have to phone it in on random new cartoons just for a paycheck.
Yeah.
Let them retire. Pay them enough to retire.
This is true.
Also, so they don't have to sell NFTs like Jose Delbo.
Well, there's something of a special circumstance with Wine because his house burned down.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, no.
And his wife went on Jeopardy and became a multi-day champion.
Ooh. Neat.
Well, that's cool.
Christine Vallada.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, they got a good story out of it and a paycheck from this episode, but I don't like this episode.
And it was memorable enough that when I auditioned for Jeopardy, the coordinator mentioned Christine Vallada to me when I had my Marvel work as my interesting anecdote.
Nice. But yeah, like I like Windblade having that like kind of supernaturally special thing going on, and I thought that this was a very good Prime episode, but and I like the Mini-Cons a lot, but definitely the visual aspects could have been better.
Oh, speaking of NFTs,
very easily by not making everyone brown.
Yes, Troy Baker has now turned from the side of evil and will no longer be doing that dumb NFT thing.
And also, he apologizes for calling everyone haters.
Yeah, so we pledge not to make fun of him for it the next time Steeljaw shows up.
Which is good because we really like Steeljaw.
Yes.
So it was just an annoying 2 weeks. So it's like, oh, damn it, Troy Baker. Now it's like, yay, Steeljaw again.
So I believe that now brings us to David's Tokusatsu Corner.
Oh, right. What the fuck was the... This week, our tabs are fucking up.
David forgot to have an episode.
I watched I considered not watching it because I had a busy week or whatever. This week on Gosei Sentai Die Ranger! It also happens to be Chinese New Year. Well, it was yesterday.
Yes.
So many things are happening. Anyway, this week's episode, The Deadly Fast-Talking Wanderer, which is the wandering monster guy from last week, who's kind of an afterthought in this episode, but they do fight him. Oh, I thought at the end of the last episode they had beaten him, or no, he left after beating them, but that's how the episode starts. Oh, they were still mid-fight, and he does, like, shit off after he kicks their butts a bit. What was he saying? I don't know. Oh, my throat is just tired this week.
Episode.
Red sorta kinda beats him by catching one of the tongue twister bombs he was throwing, jumping over and grabbing the monster of the week, with the bomb. It's like they both blow up, and he's like, no, fuck it, I'm leaving. And then they go back, and they see Grandpa again, and he's working on their bazooka weapon, and we have to put up with Grandpa, but at least he's not doing much shtick. Thankfully, he's just
at least he's not grabbing underage girls' butts.
Yeah, no, there's none of that. The cameo guy, nerd guy, is still a turtle, wandering around in grass and shenanigans.
I'm jealous.
That's like a D plot in this episode.
Big mood.
And I had a question, like, why were the bad guys trio, the Cenobite-looking leather daddies, why were they making kids dig a hole to release gas, which turns out is like dark spirit power coming up out of the ground? But it turns out, like, they're doing it because it's a literal hole, but it's not a literal hole. They have to get kids to dig a hole to the underworld, which is like a parallel dimension thingy, so it's a ritual.
I don't think you can dig a hole to a parallel dimension. I don't think that's how holes work.
It's still weird. It's like, why didn't you just make a monster giant and have him dig a hole? But, we need children to do a ritual, whatever the fuck.
Abusing children is an important part of tokusatsu, I've learned.
Anyway, the leather daddy trio, yay, there's enough gas leaking out. We can take the power, and they get masks, and one of them turns giant and fights the Zord. Or fights the Red Dragon Zord only.
My favorite.
So there's a fight in the middle of the episode with the giant, and they manage to defeat it because, like, they just kick rocks onto the hole that was leaking the gas, and then the trio is like, our powers that were super powered are now fading because the gas isn't coming anymore? I thought you guys absorbed it. Whatever. Giant robot fight over. Grandpa teleports the bazooka to the Rangers somehow, even though he was just an old man. It's like, convenient. He meditates and it just teleports. So they can use the gun on the Wandering Monster of the Week, which doesn't grow giant, but they already had a giant robot fight, so they didn't need another one. Sure! Whatever, that's resolved. Yay, we rescued Ko and the other children who were tied up to poles because they finished digging the holes and they were going to be murdered! But now they're not. And like the ticking clock that his ghost mom mentioned last episode, but on his 10th birthday, you have to do something to him or he'll turn into a Gorma. They ask Ko, when's your birthday? And he says, I don't fucking know because my mom never told me.
Tomorrow.
So we have a ticking clock, but we have no clock. Like, eventually it's gonna happen, but
when no one is expecting it. Great.
And then the turtle guy turns back into a human again. Maybe he picked up the giant diamond that we're going to see again at some point. Oh, and the crazy emperor of the bad guys comes floating down out of the sky on like a square, just like a giant tile. Picks up the fishing rod that the Monster of the Week had that it was like stealing the Rangers' weapons with, throws that into the hole in the ground that I thought we covered up and the bad guys left, and just starts fishing in the hole. And that's how the episode ends? What?
For reasons.
Just an emperor with a crazy voice is fishing. Okay, what? Hello, purring cat.
I'm just holding Hank up to the microphone.
So it's a episode that's got like 4 different plots going on, and none of them really cross over that well. It's just setting up pieces to do later. It's like, something with the turtle guy, and bad guys fishing up something, and the other bad guys want power? Yes, we knew that.
I would like a power.
It's like a middle episode in a 3-parter in Transformers.
Oh no.
Those are always the worst.
Oh no.
Only I don't think it actually is part of a 3-parter. At best it was a 2-parter, but there's just more to come. Anyway, yeah, that's it.
Alright, and that does it for us for this week. We will be back next week with more Robots in Disguise, or possibly more SSSS Dynazenon.
Dynazenon was last week. We're recording these in a weird order.
We'll be back with more Robots in Disguise next week.
Yay! I love being out of order.
The normal plan was Dynazenon episodes come out like the beginning of the month.
Okay.
But then Christmas and shit happened and fucked us up a bit.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll be back and we'll be using all of our brain power to cover that episode.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, so we're actually recording this episode like 2 weeks before it comes out, or a week and a half before it comes out.
So much brain power.
Whoops.
But we're, until then, you can find us all over the internet. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, and we have a Patreon.
Yes, we are hosted on iaconunderground.net, where we have a Patreon set up to help with hosting and other expenses. That is patreon.com/iaconunderground. And for the month of February, we will finally be getting around to talking about the Eternals.
Ooh.
Rob can explain to us who the Eternals are.
That's right.
I can just be happy that there's Kit Harington and an evil sword, which is extremely my aesthetic.
What's a deviant? We'll find out.
It's, like pervert.
Just a bunch of weird goopy guys wearing like big trench coats and flashing their goopy parts at people.
Ew.
Like, whoa, come on, get out of here, deviants. One of us is a child and has been for the past 10,000 years.
Yeah, that's not okay. It's not okay. Leave Sprite alone.
Now I'm thinking about them fighting like an army of glob Hermans, and that sounds more interesting.
That would be pretty cool.
I am waiting for when the MCU gives us live-action Glob Herman.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to have to happen because he's a great visual. He'll only be in one scene, but...
He'll be in the background of a classroom, but that will absolutely...
But he'll have like a wacky voice actor. Like it'll be Glob Herman, but it'll sound like Seth Rogen or something.
Yes.
No, I guess it would fit.
I have no genitals.
I mean, they've already got Patton Oswalt as MODOK, maybe, kind of.
Well,
I appreciate that the X-Men comics have now gotten to, like, explicitly acknowledging that some characters just don't have genitals.
It's true.
Yes.
Alright, so until then, I'm Rob.
I'm Jen.
Happy Chinese New Year! I'm David, although Chinese New Year would have been like 10 days ago, but you know.